How I miss my enormous feasts, when so many of my guests tried to cross the chessboard and perished impaled when the ground gave way under their feet. The system hasn't functioned for a long time, but the draft is still there. Only the right positioning of the pieces indicates the way to reach the other side safely. Chess is a game which ends with the king being put to death, unless the pawn dies first, which is far more amusing.
Protected against the boundaries.
Seize him. Don't come here. Get away. Get him out of my sight. Now, my dear, it appears that our destinies have crossed once again. Let me just relieve you of that wedding ring, which won't be any longer. Now wake up. This time promise you, we shall never part again.
Our thanks gives me great satisfaction, and it is a safe refuge where I can drink the blood of my victims. That is why I leave my black guard to watch the house. That way, no intruders can go where they are not supposed to.
Radically changed my life. It tells of vampires and satanic rites, but for once, it is not a work of fiction. The cover is decorated with a ring in old leather in the form of a dragon curled around a stone. I managed to translate the little that remains of the book, which tells of the building of a remarkable sanctuary by a monk named Thaddeus. Alas, now I am old and sick, although I am firmly convinced that it exists. I shall never find this sanctuary. Begins in a country which would appear to be present-day Trancylvania. It tells of the rivalry between Vlad Tepes, also known as Dracula, and his half-brother, Radu, both princes and heirs to the kingdom. When their father, Dracula, died, the symbol of power, a ring in the form of a dragon with a precious stone in the center, was handed over to Radu, the younger brother, allegedly on the advice of a magician named Dorko. Wild with rage, Dracula pursued Radu and shut him up in his huge underground prison. He also banished Dorko. But the main thing he did was to separate the stone from the dragon ring, which then fell under Dracula's evil influence. According to the book, no one knew what became of the stone,